yeah.
I like the jazzy intro. That was cool, man. You
Yeah.
were doing a little jig. That was good. So what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. This is the Ski Summit Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Matt Dayton. Going to talk about everything real estate in Summit County. We're going to touch on the market, a little bit of local news, real estate tip, and I'm going to take you behind the MLS curtain, show you some highlights of what we're seeing in the market. Got Benji with Benji Does joining us today. What's up, Benji?
How you doing, man?
Sidekick and live stream expert, and he's going to be monitoring the chat. So if you want to drop anything in there, please feel free. So, man, what do we got? So we got on the news. What do we got on the news today, Benji?
Summit County commissioners have approved a package of short-term rental regulations despite complaints, ending a months-long initiative. In fact, I've got that open right here.
Been a long time coming. So basically what we got, they finally came up with what they're going to do moving forward. The good news is originally they were going to do like 25 bookings that you could have with the short-term rental license in Summit County. They bumped that up to 35. So you can have 35 bookings, unincorporated Summit County. So these don't include the towns. These are, this is anything outside of Breckenridge and Silverthorne. Keystone and Copper Mountain are still going to be resort zones, so no restrictions on those. The bad news that at all of this is that they're putting these caps in place. And this is, it depends on what side of the coin you're on as far as if this is bad news. But if you want to short-term rent your place, this is bad news, is that they're going to put the caps at anywhere from 5 to 15%, depending on what area you're in. So that's going to be the challenge that we're up against. So we're going to have to wait to see some of those licenses go away before people get new licenses.
All right.
Yeah, it is what it is, but everybody wants to tell you what to do with your land.
Right. That's the way it goes.
Yeah. So hopefully it accomplishes what they want to accomplish and get more housing for locals. And that's what they're trying to do. I get it, but time will tell.
Yeah. So. All right. So that moves us on to today's real estate tip. Hopefully you could help me understand what we're talking about when you're talking about the month's supply of inventory.
Yeah. Essentially, like if you went into the supermarket and there was food on the shelves and they just kind of knew like how many people are coming in, how much stuff was getting bought up, and they didn't restock the shelves, when would they run out? So same thing with the housing market. So if we've got, say, here, let me share this actually with you. So if we've got, for example, 2.9 months of inventory for single family homes in the county, then it's going to take 2.9 months with the current inventory. If in theory, no more properties came on the market, nothing else got put on the shelf, we know that's not going to happen, but it gives you an idea what our inventory is. So single family homes, 0.9 in Summit County and 3.3 for condos and townhouses. So if we're in a place where we're under 5 months of inventory, that's typically going to be a seller's market. So for the whole overall county, that would look like a seller's market. You break them out into the individual areas. It depends on where you are. We're kind of maybe closer to that, averaging 4 or 5. Well, this is the average, obviously, but that said, we are in kind of a soft buyer's market. I wouldn't say we're in a strong seller's market, but this does show that there's not much out there for properties available. So
is that like a national average on like usual basis, like 3 months worth or so?
Yeah. So that's kind of what is a national average. If you look at like that 5 month point, 5 months of inventory, that's kind of even sellers, buyers type of place.
All right, cool.
So
I got a question for you now.
Yeah.
What was a time you thought you were getting a deal on something, but in the end, you really were not. I
Oh,
went first
man.
last week, so now it's your turn.
All right. So the first one that comes to mind, you and I talked about this before when I first signed up with you, but it was Yelp. I thought I was getting a deal on, oh, you got to do all this stuff. But the other one, that's probably the biggest one for me. The second house that we bought up here, I bought it for sale by owner, and I thought I was getting a deal. Then afterwards, this was before I got into real estate. Afterwards, I realized the person getting the deal was the seller.
Oh man.
So I didn't know what the heck I was doing. We're just this off-market deal. I'm like, sweet, off-market. But I paid retail, and he was the wholesaler.
He got some money.
Yeah, so he made out really well. What about you?
It was marketing related for my business. I thought that by hiring a company to do some networking and trying to find some prospects for me, I thought it would pay off, and I'd have all my prospective clients like in a bag and ready to go within a month. And I paid for an entire quarter and just crickets the entire time.
Oh man, sounds like Zillow.
Yeah.
Sell your leads.
Yeah. And I thought, and that's the way that they had marketed themselves too. And I should know better being a marketer, but that's how they get you every time. Marketers marketing to marketers is always something that's going to just stick in my crawl.
Oh man, I hear you. Yeah, you sign up for those things. I call it. It's like another realtor. I'm like, you want to? I was going to sell you something.
Have you seen that video of the guy calling to make a pizza order, and they get another phone and they call another guy to get a pizza order, and then they put the phones together?
Nice.
Kind of what that sounds like.
Yeah, just the middleman. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right. Let me get out of your way so we can do an MLS check.
Okay, cool. Or we got to house the market, right?
Yeah.
So we'll do a quick how's the market here. I'm going to share this screen. So we got January numbers. You saw a little bit of this. We looked over at those months supply of inventory. So our inventory year over year, single family homes, we've actually less single family homes, less overall new listings. The new listings has just gone down a lot. So as you can see there in these top numbers, we've gone about half of the new listings coming on the market. Things are sitting on the market longer. So days on market has definitely that's gone up. So that's giving us, so we got less coming on the market, but we have more inventory sitting on the market. So it just means that things, they're taking longer to sell. Whereas a year ago, they were just selling super quick. Median sales prices, average sales prices. You can see those numbers are kind of down on a lot of these. A lot of people think, oh, that must mean prices are going down. That would make sense. But when you actually look at those prices, it's not necessarily that the like price per square foot or home prices individually are going down. It's the value, like, so those big high-end houses, we're not seeing, as many of those multi-million-dollar properties selling. So obviously that's going to bring those averages down. Because we're actually,
is it also that like those $2.8 million houses are now $3.8 million houses? Is that also a thing maybe?
Yeah. I mean, we definitely saw like those prices go up through the pandemic. So yeah, for sure. Like $2 million house is now $3 million house. And now those, we're seeing the big houses sell still, but not like they were, we just, the big $14 million properties, those aren't really moving. Whereas during the rush, they both had that kind of money to spend on stuff like that. And it made sense at, 3% interest rate. So, and so let's see, taking a little longer for things to sell. That inventory's up, but overall, that's what we're seeing. Nationally, I think we're still seeing like 6%, 7% interest rate, at least Colorado, especially up here, appreciation, 6-7% appreciation. Jumping into sharing a little bit on mortgage rates. So mortgage rates are trending downwards, but we are seeing intermittent spikes. So we're at 6.77. That's up 22 basis points from last week. So we're seeing the overall trend is coming down, but then we see these little spikes coming up. So, but it's encouraging that they're coming down. So, and then let's jump into the MLS. So we'll start with a little bit of overview of kind of the past week. So the past week we had 30 new.
Whoa.
Yeah, we saw a little spike in new inventory. 30 go under contract and 30 sold. It's kind of just coincidental.
Nice round
the week
numbers.
of 30s. The week of 30s. We'll jump into new listings. I highlighted a few kind of cool places that I thought were good ones to jump on. The Buffalo Ridge here, Mountainside Condo in Frisco, like this Decatur and Keystone. This guy here, Key West Farms, duplex. Let's see, a little cabin in Blue River, and let's see, last but oh my gosh, this is crazy. All right, Chris, this was a house across the street from my house, the one that I told you I bought for sale by owner.
Yeah,
I sold in 2015 for, it looks a lot like this house. Mine was a little better location. 2015 for 485.
mm-hmm. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, right?
That's huge.
That's a little bit of a jump. Oh, man. Wish I could have held on to that. I needed the down payment. But, oh, well. And then no real big, huge numbers for listings. Like, I think the top one's about $2.5 million Timbers condo over in Keystone. So, take a quick little look at those highlighted ones. So we've got this guy here, Buffalo Ridge condo. It's going to have great views looking south. So you got lots of sun. Sun's nice up here with cold climate. You know, you just get that sun shining in. So 2-bedroom, good views, little porte cochere parking underground under there, 610 on that guy. This one, Frisco condo, Mountainside, really well done. Walk to Main Street, Frisco, ride your bike down there, completely remodeled. So that's a good one for $625,000. We've got a Decatur condo, super easy for short-term rentals. Again, south facing, tons of sun, nice size, 838 square feet. This building kind of looks like your Eastern Bloc bomb shelter from the outside. But at least, I think it's a full concrete construction, so that helps with insurance rates. And Key West Farms, this is not really much for the pictures, but show you it backs up to the golf course.
There it is.
Yeah, so that one's good. Then and for under 800,000 for a 3-bedroom place. We've got this little Sherwood Forest place. This is in Blue River, little cabin in the woods. Actually, I did a video on this one, so we'll get that out on YouTube. But they completely redid that, added that little porch share, redid the heat system, redid the plumbing, the electrical, new roof. Sits on almost an acre of land, so $895,000 on that. New kitchen, super
pretty cozy.
Yeah, you like sit in there, read a book. That's like your getaway cabin in the woods. And then this one, Lakeshore subdivision. This guy's just kind of more about the location. It sits right on the lake. So that's the Tarn, Goose Pasture Tarn. Finding properties on the water up here, it's just kind of a rarity. So the cabin is not much to speak of. As you can see there, I think there was even a disclosure to be careful walking around, like some sunken spots in the floor and stuff.
What?
Maybe it's a scraper. Maybe it's going to be salvaged. I don't know. But the lot next door is for sale with it too. So I bet somebody will just buy that house and the lot next door and just build some big lake house on it. So, but you never know. Maybe somebody will fix that thing up. So that's got about what I got for the MLS share today. So that's in a nutshell.
Cool. That went by pretty quick.
Yeah. No. So, and I got to kind of admission here. I'm going to run off, going to go catch my kid. We got states here in Frisco for Nordic teams. So going to go catch those guys, get a little high school racing. Maybe I think the boys got a shot at winning.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and if that's the case, we'll have something to share and celebrate, and I'll get some video so we can post that up for next week.
Get them all on YouTube. We'll get that traffic.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Benji, thanks for being here. Thanks everybody for joining us for Summit Ski Show, all things real estate. And your host, Matt Dayton. Please click like, subscribe, all that great stuff. Always appreciated. Hope to see you in the mountains soon. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions on real estate up here, want to know a little bit more about our market, or maybe just a place to eat. So thanks again. Have a wonderful day. Hope to see you in the mountains soon.